Morning, MGTOWs. Breakfast time at the Vention house. Well, the new Vention house. Yes, I know it's only a rental, but but legally it's kind of sort of mine. When as long as I keep the rent paid up. Kind of the same way with property taxes on a house you actually own. These are the ugliest apples at the new Vention house, but they are actually quite sweet. Breakfast right off the tree. I was just looking at a tweet that Adam Meister, the Bitcoinmeister, has published, and basically it was, yeah, there we go. I almost dropped my apple. But basically it was, I think he had only just discovered my channel a few weeks earlier because I had commented on his videos, and he discovered that he was a MGTOW as well. so many guys, we basically see what's going on, and we adjust our lifestyle to adapt to it, and we become MGTOW. And I am absolutely certain that the vast majority of MGTOW are actually have never even heard the word. Man, look at all those grapes up there. Give it a few, like maybe 2 months or so, and these things are going to be ripe. I'm kind of hoping they're not wine grapes, but they're more like table grapes, but I guess I'll find out. So I just wanted to share the link to his Twitter post where he reposted a video of him from 2016 where he was talking about MGTOW and how we have such a tremendous financial advantage over a lot of these blue pill guys. A lot of these blue pill guys who are basically married and all that, a lot of them have like massive resources, but as soon as they get married, I mean, it's just they immediately just their finances are drained down to such an extent that they just are that they're poor. More, and then a lot of MGTOW guys and a lot of us, we've had the advantage that we aren't really sought after in our younger years, because many of us are not fully developed. Some of us are late bloomers, and some of us are just regular guys with regular jobs. And of course women want like the top 20%. And they just will not settle, and they're not very logical. So they can't figure it out, and so the result is we remain free, and then we develop and grow and gain resources and improve our appearance and improve our status and standard of living, and then we basically end up better off than all these guys who got married when they were young, right? The early bloomers, they are just harvested by women, and then they're just dumped into poverty, and a lot of these women who are like daddy's little princess expect the same treatment from their husbands, and then basically strife begins, and it's just a nasty life full of poverty and anguish. And I was lonely as a young man, and I really, I was really feeling the pain as a young man, because when you are a young man, the sex drive and the male mother need really just drives a guy, and we basically are, we just can't, when we're young, we just can't wait for a woman to like husband us up and then start harvesting our resources for the promise of vagina. And then, of course, bait and switch. They either become so ugly you don't want to have sex with them, or they basically, they let themselves go, or they just pull the rug out from under us completely in the bedroom. And then the guy is both poor and horny without any release except porn, basically. So yeah, it's I wouldn't have made this choice as a young man originally, but I am glad that this is how it's worked out. Definitely. There is something to be said for having kids, and I'm sorry I missed out on that. But as far as quality of life goes, you just can't beat MGTOW. It's a life full of peace, freedom, and prosperity. But back to the Bitcoinmeister. He was mentioning my channel back in 2016, and the Bitcoin price was like $400 each, and he was urging everybody to buy 10 Bitcoins, at least 10 Bitcoins, because that was quite affordable back then, about $4,000. And I was like rattling the cage, buy Bitcoins. And a lot of us did. Thank goodness, a lot of our brothers followed what I thought was a good choice, and now they are sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars in gains. So it's like awesome. I love that, and it's money that just grows without the IRS even knowing. I've had tremendous gains, and the IRS can't do shit about it. They can basically just stand there and wait and watch all the Bitcoin addresses, which are public. My earlier ones are public because I just went straight from Coinbase to cold storage, and they've just been sitting there, and as soon as I start harvesting that profit, then the IRS will say, ooh, yeah, okay, I can't wait for the tax money. So basically, yeah, that's why I'm going to sell the house, where I used to live, and then probably live on that for a couple of years, because I'm of the opinion that Bitcoins have only just begun to grow. They, over the next few years, we are going to be shocked by how expensive those things are. I expect within a couple years we're going to see like $100,000 Bitcoin, and if that's like a 10x growth. So if anybody can like put like a couple $100 in a month, and over a period of years, the time will come, or it's very likely to come, when you have enough gains to pull the plug on your job, or refuse, or have FU money. So when your boss says, I feel like taking the weekend off, so you're going to have to handle the business, while I'm gone, and I know you said that you wanted that time off, but by the way, fuck you, right? And then you can say, well, no, thank you, I'm out of here. Because you have enough what they call FU money. So yeah, good times. I used to harp on Bitcoin a lot, and I mention it now from time to time, but it's still every bit as important. I am certainly hoping that any MGTOW, especially the young MGTOW who have time for it to grow, if you can pick up don't even worry about owning one Bitcoin. Just put in whatever surplus income you can swing, or that you care to dedicate to this, and then I am of the opinion that it will really grow over the next couple of years. So I'm going to finish my breakfast at the new Vention house. Then I'm going to make another run from the old Vention house and bring more clutter into this house. And then I'm going to start to try to put this thing together. Oh, looks like my old man's ready to take off for breakfast. Hey, Dad. So, okay, MGTOWs. Peace, freedom, and prosperity. That's the MGTOW way. And don't get married.